So I'm here with Steve Tower. We're at Plaay.con 2025. Steve, what's been going on?
I know, right? We're right back in the thick of it. It's right, con season, full effect.
Yeah.
So we're literally right here. Well, it's the official first day, but now the Plaay.con has gotten so big that people start showing up a week early. So this is actually day 3 for me here out in Denver. But yeah, this is definitely one of the highlights of my year. A lot of fun. A lot of people I only see here, and so we're ready to get some official gaming on today. So.
Yeah. I came in yesterday morning, and the game room was open, and people were playing. There's been people that have already been here 2 or 3 days. So everybody's acclimated to the atmosphere. I'm still getting used to it. I'm still, I feel a little strange here.
I've already lost my voice once.
Yeah.
You can probably hear it, and the altitude is not a joke.
No, it's not. Yeah, and you wonder how football players come here and play on a Sunday.
Right. Yeah.
I know they're a lot younger than us, but still, it's a little. Last night before I had my voice was gone last night, and I'm like, oh boy, now what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do interviews with no voice?
Yes. I'm glad we're doing mine early. So.
We'll get it out of the way early. So you've been coming here how many years now?
This since 2018.
Oh, wow.
Missed the 2021.
Okay.
And then the 2020 was a virtual convention.
Oh yeah.
When the world shut down. So.
Yeah.
And then every year it just keeps getting bigger. I want to say this is the 3rd year it's been at this hotel.
Okay.
It's been at 3 different places, all right here in the Highlanders Ranch area.
Okay.
But every year it keeps getting bigger. And then keep getting a new. I think this year Keith said there's 20 first timers.
Really?
Coming, which is pretty cool.
What is kind of neat is I'm staying right here at the hotel where the convention's at, and I get up this morning and I open the window, the shades or whatever it was to get ready, and I can see the mountains, and that was really neat. I think the only time I ever did that is when I went to New Hampshire to the White Mountains in New Hampshire. If you've ever been up that way. You wake up and you open, you see, and obviously the Rockies are, much bigger than
a little
White
bigger
Mountain.
than
but it's the same idea. You see mountains and it's kind of neat. It's like wow. So I took a couple of pictures and it's like that was kind of neat actually. The where it's located here. It's very very nice. Look, it's very pretty around here.
Yes,
it is.
Yes. I think that's also one of the things that makes this trip special, is that you're constantly surrounded by that.
Yeah, you're not in a city.
And it's so it's very different from from where we live, for sure. Yeah.
So what are some of the differences you've seen since some of the early plays to this one here?
So the biggest difference is the scheduling. When it first started, Keith thought that everything needed to be planned out, and so it was a very tight schedule, where sometimes you had a 45-minute lunch break, and then you had to rush back in because something was happening at 1 o'clock, and then he kind of realized oh no, these are people that have been gaming their entire lives, they'll figure something out, and so you'll notice that it's a very relaxed schedule.
Okay.
Here, and there's very large breaks between things, so that if people do want to go out and have a 2-hour lunch and just chat, they can, and they're not missing something. So I think that's really, especially if you've been coming over the years to them, you'll notice it's a much more relaxed schedule. So do you think that's where these conventions are going? Because you didn't go to Ohio last year, right? I did not.
Okay, so that was my first convention, and Jeff Giordano, he booked that as a APA football tournament or a football tournament, whatever it was, and we got there, and I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden he says, guys, we're just going to play. And like you say, they're gamers. Everybody found a way to play something.
Yeah.
Whether it was a game that somebody brought, or ST had his matchup, and someone else had breakaway football. Then there was a couple of other games there. I brought season ticket football, I think, and I was showing people because it was still in beta at that point. And it just kind of worked because no one felt any pressure to be anywhere at a certain time. And I think Al Wilson ran a fast drive football. Yeah, he ran a tournament there, and I got in that. And he's just like, Dave, whenever you can, come on over. But the games are 15 minutes. So we're not talking an hour,
Yeah.
And so I went over and played it. I think I won my first game and lost the second one. But it was but that was kind of cool that it was relaxed. I didn't have to really, schedule my day around a tournament.
Right.
And I got to really enjoy it. So, do you think that's the way it's going? Is just kind of, I know Connecticut we didn't really have anything planned. It's just show up and just figure it out. And
Yeah, just because, I think the majority of the gamers in our niche here are used to playing by themselves.
yeah, yeah,
And so they don't need a prompt
yeah.
to sit down and start playing. Yeah, definitely. I feel like because then it stops people from thinking like, oh no, I'm going to miss something.
Yeah.
I'm missing out if I go have that 2 hour lunch, But and here people don't. It's
What
no,
I've
no.
really enjoyed so far, and again, I was only here for Thursday, and it's technically not even started yet.
Right.
What I enjoyed is just going in the room and walking around and just sitting in on all the games. And I did that in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
I say, hey, what are you guys playing? We're playing this. Oh, let me watch for a few minutes and let me see how this goes. And it was kind of fun. Somebody was playing a deck building game, a Star Wars clone deck building game.
Oh yeah.
And it was just a Star Wars themed deck building game. And I played 1 or 2 deck building games. I'm not good at them, and I still know what they're all about. But they're just kind of, this was a Star Wars. It's like, this is kind of cool. Someone brought that to the convention, and they're playing that.
Yeah.
And and ST's got his matchup football, and the Play basketball was here, and I sat down with Grant Fines, and we went over his hockey game, and that was on my list of things to do, is sit down with Grant and do the hockey game.
Yeah.
And so it's been it's been fun not having a schedule, at least so far, and just dropping in and seeing what people are playing and experiencing games that aren't on my table right now.
Right. I mean, so like yesterday, we had half the event room for open gaming, and I only played 1 game all day, and the rest of the time I was just talking, I was just chatting.
Yeah.
So So for me, these conventions have almost become more of a social get together.
Yeah.
And then the gaming's like, oh right, and then once in a while I'll play a game. But
Yeah. Well, again, a lot of us, are introverts.
Yes.
And we just, realistically, I don't know if there's anybody within 60 miles of my house that I could talk about games with
Yeah.
that wouldn't look at me strange.
Right.
So you keep to yourself about it, and you enjoy it in your own little space, in your own little world. And then when you come out to an event like this, when you have a lot of people that feel the same way as you, and everyone kind of opens up, and you chat and you talk, and you finally get to talk
Yes.
to people who aren't going to look at you funny. And not that what we do is bad,
Right.
but you know what I mean. We're rolling dice and looking at Mickey Mantle cards.
Right.
It's like okay,
Yeah.
But the people that do that, it really works out. It's really fun.
Yeah, and then the other thing that really jumps out to me is someone that when it's their first time coming to this convention, they're a newbie for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then it's just like they've been here forever.
Yeah,
And
you're with your people.
Yeah,
That's what everyone's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any guess that I did play a game last night? We didn't finish the game, but I did sit down and play one game. Any idea what that game was?
Oh well, I know because I saw you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a pickleball game.
Yeah,
with Dave Little.
Dave Little brought a pickleball game, and boy, it would be. I could see how you could turn that into a tennis game, and have
Sure.
the McEnroes and all Jimmy Connor and all that stuff there, and you could play with the big names. But the pickleball, that was fun. It was very different, and just you flip for the serve, and then you roll to see if you ace the serve or if you duff the serve, and then what kind of hit was it? There's 3 different hits in the game, and so you flip to see what you hit, and then they have cards to try to return that hit, and then they roll to see if they ace the return or duff the return,
Yeah.
and then you slowly bring you guys closer to the net where those percentages go up higher of acing, and the idea is to roll that D20 and get a nice high number so you can get in the range of getting the point. Is kind of how that game works. I know nothing about pickleball. I've seen it. I don't think I've ever played it. But that game, it was pretty darn fun.
Yeah. Well, and what jumped out to me was the production quality.
Yeah.
Was really good.
It was
I was not expecting
it was
it to.
a big board that flipped out and had the guys that took their places, and the board had all the numbers on it. So everything was right on the board. And then they had the fast action cards, and then you had these wild cards. And every now and then, when you played a card, it said draw a wild card. And sometimes the wild card was you automatically get the point, and other times you automatically lose the point. Sometimes it's like add 2 to your roll. Sometimes it's subtract 2 to your roll.
Okay.
Sometimes it was something else, but it added a neat little dimension to the game where it wasn't so static. It's like, okay,
Sure.
what's this wild card gonna do? Oh well, if you hit a blast at me, then I can add 2 to my return. But if you hit a dink shot, now I subtract 2 because now
okay.
you got me on my heels, And it really was fun. It really was surprisingly. And I told Dave Little that I said, Dave, this is surprisingly fun.
Yeah.
I sat down just to check it out, but I was getting into it and getting into the strategy, and it was very fun. But that's some of the things that you don't see at your house.
Right.
And that's why, getting to a convention, even if it's just one, wherever it is, people bring these games and people talk about these games. And like even just sitting down with Grant, again, I've only been here less than a day, and I got to sit with the creator of the hockey game.
Right.
And what does this mean? What does this mean? And I'm getting it right from the guy that designed the game.
Yeah.
And so if you have any questions at all, like that's the way to go. You're not sitting down with someone who goes, well, I think it's this and I think it's that. And, and God bless those guys. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But the guy that designed it, he'll tell you exactly what it means.
Yeah, so the one game that I did play yesterday was season ticket baseball, and I was literally sitting right next to Clay.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of neat if something came up like, oh, is that what supposed to happen?
It tells you what it is,
So,
So, we have Clay's here, and Joe Bryan from Payoff Pitch, and Bankshot Basketball is here.
ST is here.
SC Patrick is here.
Grant
Fines. It's like the list goes
Al
on.
Wilson.
Al Wilson is here. There's a lot of YouTubers here. Kirk Berglund. I never met him before.
Oh, yeah.
So he's here. Obviously, you're here. Mike.
Bill Sauerbeer from High Volume Games is here.
Oh, he is?
So, yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so
yeah,
he's
he
here.
just got in yesterday. So.
Was he on the train?
He was on the train.
I was following his videos on the train. That was fun. Because I looked out, I didn't know if I wanted to fly. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of glad, at least to this point, I'm glad I did. 4 hours is, that wasn't too bad compared to a 3-day train ride. But I thought about it. It's like, maybe I'll take the wife and we'll take a week or two. We'll take the train out there. And then I saw like the route it took and how long it was going to be. And I watched some train horror stories on YouTube about people that like, I got to Chicago and the train's delayed 11 hours. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I'd have to be retired.
But I can see how it could be fun, but boy, oh boy,
Yeah, you really have to love train travel to go across the country.
It'd be fun to do. I took a train from Boston to Orlando.
Okay.
One year, because the guy we went with didn't want to fly, so we all took the train with him. I flew back, but I took the train with him. It was tough. I couldn't sleep on the train.
No.
It was moving, it was rocking, and then it stopped for 3 hours in the middle of the night to refuel and bring in the staff, and when it stopped, you were so used to moving, and now now you're trying to get used to it being stopped, and it starts again. So I was exhausted because I couldn't sleep on the train.
Yeah,
it was fun trying to take a shower though. It was it was like taking a shower on an airplane bathroom. That's how small it was.
Right.
There's certain places I couldn't get.
Okay. Yep. No, I enjoyed my nice quick flight from Logan to Denver.
Yep. Up and down. That was kind of worked out. So, but yeah, it's been a fun time here. And so, what are the things on tap as far as the schedule goes that you're aware of?
So this morning, it's the fishing tournament.
Okay.
With the real-time fishing, which I think it's going to be like a soft launch here at the con for the full retail release of it. This afternoon, it's the History Maker Baseball Tournament.
Okay.
Where it's 2 different leagues. One league is historical teams, and then one league is using that Leap set. Okay. The 20XX futures. Let's see. And then, I don't know, somebody I've never heard of is giving a keynote speech tonight.
He's probably a big jerk.
Some blowhard, blah, blah. Everyone listen to me. Yeah. And then the designer showcase tonight.
Oh, really?
Which is I want to say this is the 3rd or 4th year they've done that, which is something I feel it sets the Plays convention apart from others, is that other designers get to come here and present, their wares. And so after that keynote presentation, there's a designer showcase, and so that's pretty neat. And then tomorrow is what I consider the highlight of the Play convention is the History Maker Golf Tournament.
Okay.
The energy in the room, I can't even describe it, but it's you can feel it in the room, and everyone's in on it. Everyone just like. Even if you're playing bad, it's still everyone,
Really?
you know. And then when it gets to the second round, there's a leaderboard that you put up, and if somebody does something big, Keith will make an announcement that so and so just got an eagle on 13, and they've now in the
Nice.
lead. And then then the last foursome that's going through, everyone gathers around like they're gathering around the 18th green,
Following along.
and
Nice.
So that
Nice.
I feel like that captures the spirit of this convention. That's definitely every year I look
It's
forward
fun
to.
watching these events take place, and everybody's rooting for everybody.
Yeah.
It's not really a cutthroat thing out here.
No,
at
no,
all.
not at all.
Yeah.
No. It's like whoever wins, they're happy.
Yeah.
But everyone else is happy too. It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
You have a good time with that.
There's not.
And I think there's a panel tomorrow at lunch, and I think you're on the panel.
Oh, yes,
And I'm on
yeah.
the panel, and a few other people that are just gonna talk about whether it's their YouTube channel, their
Yeah.
podcast. or-
Kurt and Bill are,
Yeah.
are on the. Yeah.
yeah, and so we're just gonna, I guess, answer questions and
Yeah.
do a little talk like that.
There we
So,
go. Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, there's a few things scheduled here. A lot of it's loosey goosey, and yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, you don't have to participate in anything, right? You can just walk around.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. There's no. Yeah, you're
So
not
it's
locked
not like,
into
hey,
anything.
get over here and play, or yeah. So and because I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to go with the flow, so to speak. But I know that they wanted to sit everybody down for certain things. I'm like, well, we'll see. We'll see where I am during the day. I might enjoy sitting down and doing that, but
So,
I like talking to people and discovering things as well, and
Sure.
not so much having to be at a table to play something. But
Yeah.
but anyway, so before we go here, so what's going on with you and your channel now?
Trying to get back into a schedule, life and and work get in the way of our hobbies. So, but I'll be having a few different things coming up on the channel. One thing I'm really excited about is I'll be doing a couple games with On Deck Baseball.
Okay.
As part of a season project that Ian has going on with the 1961
Oh
season.
yeah.
Which is his first full season release for On Deck Baseball. So I'm going to be playing out the Yankees Red Sox games
Oh, fantastic.
during that project. So I'll have two of those games coming up in July. Then I'll be showcasing real time fishing on my channel.
Oh, nice.
Because I may have snagged an advanced copy of that here. So
Okay.
so I'll have that. I'll have more of my History Maker Baseball Co-op League games coming up, and then we'll be right into football season pretty soon.
Did you ever go back and find a game that you have and just pull it out of the blue and throw it on the channel and say, I haven't played this in years. I think I'm going to play this.
I do have a couple games that I need to bring back. Oh, well, actually, Season Ticket Baseball will now be coming back on the channel. But it is kind of fun, right? You grab something and like, oh, right.
It's like, what haven't I played? And then you pull it out and you're like, man, I missed this game.
So, yeah. I mean, it's definitely too little time, right?
Yeah,
Too many
so
games.
many games to play, yeah. And then you got a game that you really enjoy. I just want to play a lot of it, but then you're like, well, I really need to play something else,
So, yeah.
But anyway, all right, Steve Tower, thanks for joining me here at Plaay.con 25, and go enjoy the rest of the weekend.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Dave.
All right,
Happy gaming.
Bye-bye.